I'm in the corner.
All right, we are back from closed session, and it is 7:48. And we are going to certify the closed session. Only public business matters that are lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements under the Freedom of Information Act were discussed in the closed session to which this certification applies. Only such business as was identified in the motion by which the closed session was convened was heard, discussed, or considered by town council, and the certification passes as follows. Madam Clerk, will you call the vote?
Rollins.
Yay.
O'Berry.
Yay.
Smith.
Yay.
Hensley.
Yay.
Byers.
Yay.
Brown. Yay.
And the closed session is certified. The reason we went into closed session was for legal consult with the town attorney regarding the fact that we do not have a budget passed for 2023-2024. Mr. Slayton explained the ramifications of not having a budget passed before July 1st. So the other item that we will be dealing with tonight is the actual budget for 23-24. Do I need to print you all a copy for tonight? Can you hand that to Alice? Just hand it to Alice. All right, so I've actually printed some blank copies since we're having some sticking points. I don't know if y'all want y'all's blank copies so that y'all can fill in what figures that you guys want to fill in and try and go from there, or do you want me to go over line by line what we originally had and try and hammer that out, or?
Well, actually, I think you save a lot of time. You sent out an email to all of us that voted no.
Yep.
And, I suggested that we all get together and talk about it, see if we can work things out. So, myself and 3 other council members as town citizens got together and we did take minutes. We know we have to, so we can pass that to the clerk if you would.
And just a reminder, if you do have a called meeting, everybody on council has to be advised that there is a
Well,
called
it really
meeting.
wasn't a call meeting, we just sort of got together.
We just kind of want to discuss, see where we all were with what we wanted in the budget.
I got some more. And we talked about it, you can read the minutes came up with some things that we felt that would work out pretty good.
Okay,
And I've got copies of those as well. No, I only have enough for it. And I just have some in my packet.
I did, I'm sorry, thank you.
Okay. Make sure she's got it. This is what, we came up with. We can work with this. And, after working with it for an hour, 2 hours, and looking at it, deciding what we said, we, we're all in agreement. Whatever you can, or whatever. How it is.
You pass it back.
He's gonna get her hers in a minute.
Some of the residents said, can y'all, everybody speak up because they couldn't hear whoever was talking or anything.
You get your copies?
Huh?
You get your copies? No.
You need some?
No, I got it. As you can see, we cut the budget, $555,546.61, which is a sizable, savings. And I think Mr. Slade said, we need to come to agreement on this, and we worked on it. This is what we've come up with.
all right. Line 30, your,
They're saying that they can't, they're saying, can you speak up? All of us need to speak up.
Oh, I'm
because
sorry.
They can't hear us.
The savings comes up to, the difference comes up to $155,546.61, under the current proposed budget.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
line 30, the bank franchise fees, the $17,588.61 is what the bank has already told us that we will be getting. Miscellaneous revenue, that is the DOC water bill, that is line 11. And we will be getting more than $500 because we have already gotten more than $500.
See, can I, all right,
You can.
because I was gonna say, we didn't know what that meant, like, we had some other, couple other things, we didn't know it was more than, like, more than one for insurance, and we didn't know what, so that, could that have been, say, like DOC, market or DOC something?
It's already, always been under miscellaneous, and yeah, we can change that, but that's what it's under. That's what it's always been under.
Well, that's on the fact that we still don't have anybody in there yet, and I've heard he said it might be January before you could get in there if he's going in there. So you can't, that's what we were that's what we were talking about, what I was looking at.
Line 33, your total recreation expenses. We've already had to pay the light bill since July. Yeah. Line 35, check the code of Virginia. And our ordinances. Line 36. So we only want to do one audit?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on it per year. Have a 3-year projection.
You can only do one audit a year.
I put that in there because it took the last auditing firm the amount of time that it took them to finish that one.
That's good.
And then, so I wanted to catch up on the ones that we had not had done.
You can add to a budget, you cannot take away from it. So putting extra money in it for unnecessary expenses of $155,000 is nowhere near what a budget should be for a town that has 660 residents. I mean, you're looking at $500,000.
That's a good change.
With a $206,000 payroll and $190,000 in it. And as far as DOC water, we have it in income for miscellaneous on 11. Why is it under an expense on 56 miscellaneous?
Because we pay it and then they pay us back.
Well, I got asked today why they haven't gotten a bill this month, for the past month.
I received bill today in the mail. Today.
Just started getting paid.
When has it like?
About 2 months ago, I believe, is when it started getting paid.
No, I don't
We're
think
gonna get in
so.
May.
You see about that?
We agree on this, right?
You see about that?
No, it's up to
You
them.
can always add to the budget.
Well, I agree with what Adam said, you can always add to the budget, but you can't take it away.
Alright, so line 59, your zoning and planning. Council voted to give the members a stipend of $25 for each meeting.
Have they met?
This-
I'm gonna say, have they met?
Well, what one?
That is line 59,
Have they met?
and, no, they have not.
And how many members are now on Zoom?
Waiting until all of this with
Okay.
this gets done.
Okay.
I have 3 lined up.
Cause I know
to
one
replace
that was
the
on
3
there has
that
moved
were,
out of town.
that were gone. Health insurance, line 60. We can't pay health insurance for $15,000.
Yeah, you can.
Cause we don't pay 100%.
Been done for the past 50 years.
You didn't use any seasonal last year, right?
No,
What they average about, what, 10 hours a week, like that?
yeah, roughly.
So that should be like 1,800.
Mama, we can't hear you, honey.
We don't need it.
Oh, let me get it. Repeat it in a minute. Something that's not- Seasonal help should be like $1,600. I would think. We didn't even use any of that last year.
We did not.
And if we do it, the minimum wage is like 12, they probably like 10 hours a week. Like 3 months, $1,600. Like the same right there.
So we no longer want to pay for the flock cameras? 68?
As again, I'll go back, you can add to a budget. I think we need to pass a budget before we start adding more stuff to it. You cannot take away from it.
We need to wait till the General Assembly approves it to be put on the right of ways to be done, not personal property. DOC, I think.
Right now, you can't put it up on the VDOT highway.
So say they're right away.
That's what I meant. I said highway, right away.
Accept this budget as is. We'll add to it if we need to. And then we can use it. Go ahead and pass it. Have to public hearing next week.
Yes, ma'am?
But it's they just.
Well,
a
why
rough
we,
draft
well,
of-
excuse me, why wasn't we invited to a meeting that was called with the mayor and y'all? Or,
That was as a committee.
I didn't-
no,
It was.
this goes back before that.
Adam has something.
And I ain't seen no minutes in there.
I haven't had a meeting with anybody.
four of us voted against
Yeah, she had just the four of us that voted
the
no.
budget. That's what we did. We tried to come up with something
I
that
got that.
makes sense and we
It
can
was
save some money.
Actually,
I'm just saying, she wanted the four of us to say, that said no, what we wanted in the budget. So we decided we needed to meet because we didn't know what, like, I didn't know what the other three were on and where their thoughts were, and we were trying to get on the same page so we could pass the budget. And since it was four of us, we took minutes.
That's why our minutes were taken.
That's right.
oh no, that was a generic message, cause I got this. It was,
I didn't look to see who was sent to or I just looked, I knew it had to be the four of us because it was the four of us that voted no.
okay.
With the proposed budget that was just passed out, I have an ordinance or resolution, that I'm going to read, and we will pass it around. Town of Jarratt Administrative Budget, Ordinance O 2023-1002, Policy is Budget. In order to the town council to propose a balanced budget for fiscal year 2023-2024, and to have the proposed budget be presented at a public hearing and brought for a vote of the council, and to handle monetary issues until a budget shall be passed for fiscal year 2023-2024. Whereas the Code of Virginia 15.2-2503 states that the governing body shall approve the budget and fix a tax rate for the budget year no later than the date of which the fiscal year begins, which is July 1 of each year for the town. And whereas the Code of Virginia 15.2-2506 states, there shall be a public hearing which shall be advertised in the usual print media for at least 7 days prior to the date of the hearing, at which all citizens of the locality shall have the right to attend and state their views thereon. And whereas the town has no local newspaper in which to advertise, the Code of Virginia 15.2-2506 allows for notice by written or printed handbills posted at such places as it may direct. And whereas the Code of Virginia 15.2-2506 further states that the public hearing shall be held at least 7 days prior to the vote by the council to approve or disapprove the budget. And whereas the mayor has presented 2 budgets that were not approved by a majority of the total number of members of the Jarratt Town Council. Now therefore, it be resolved that effective immediately, Resolution R 2023-703, continuing resolution, temporary spending resolution be rescinded, and be it further resolved that there shall be no money spent for any reason from any account of the town of Jarratt effective immediately without specific council approval until a budget for fiscal year 2023-2024 is passed by the town of Jarratt Council. And be it further resolved that the mayor shall immediately on October the 3rd, 2023 advertise the budget presented by the council members at a budget workshop held on October 2nd, 2023, and call for a public hearing on said budget to be held on Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. Both to advertisement and notice of public hearing shall be placed in all usual print and electronic media. And be it further resolved that the mayor shall call for a regular meeting on the town council of the town of Jarratt on Tuesday, October 17th. And be it further resolved that the agenda of said meeting on October 17th shall include a vote by council members on the proposed budget resulting from the public hearing on October 10th. And be it further resolved that the pay rate of all town employees and workers revert immediately to the rate and effective of June 30th, 2023 until a new budget for the fiscal year 2023-2024 is passed by the Jarratt Town Council. And be it further resolved that should money have been paid to town employees and workers using the mayor's proposed but unapproved budget pay rates after July 1st, 2023, the additional money paid over and above that of June 30th, 2023 shall be repaid by the town employees and workers. And be it further resolved that all ordinance or resolutions pertaining to the salary and pay rate of the town employees and workers shall be immediately rescinded in their entirety, to be reset by the budget that is adopted for the fiscal year 2023-2024.
Question. dollar figures plus mirrors, that was one of the job, I wasn't able to pass it, so you would actually have to change all that before you drop it down. Thank you too. Because the mayor's salary and hers,
They
which,
got this, everything is
That's what it says
So-
right here in this order.
no, what I'm saying is, we're talking about hours they have to work, are y'all going to change
It's been
that?
rescinded.
No, I mean, which,
This
which,
rescinds
All
all
of
those.
it's rescinded,
all,
everything,
all from what years or whatever,
yes.
I mean. So, now you would have established new working hours and everything.
We can do that.
Yeah, so, yeah, but this is not a voting session. I mean, in order to change all that, you're gonna have to actually have that in place.
I have to be here on Tuesdays, so I won't be here for us to have a meeting on Tuesdays. Sorry for
Do you
schedule.
agree on this? Brenda?
Yeah, they gotta, Russell Slim said we gotta pass something, so we can always add to it, can't take away from
Yeah,
it.
you can always.
I mean, I don't
What
have
do we
an
need to
issue.
do for-
Well, you also have to go by the Code of Virginia.
Yes, I agree.
I agree.
So what is,
We'll put this in public hearing, 7 days, vote another 7 days.
what is not, Virginia?
We still haven't. talked
Everything's
numbers.
within
I
the
don't
code
know,
of Virginia.
everything's within the code, it's been run through Richmond, through 4 lawyers. It is approved by DML,
And our ordinances state.
and it's a state code overrides town ordinance.
We've been
According to
told
the 4
that.
lawyers in Richmond, Virginia. So, they've approved this, looked at it, a couple of times, gone over it, and if the majority of council is okay with it, then we'll have a public hearing next,
Yes.
the 10th of October,
I won't be here.
and we'll have a vote, and then we'll have to get someone to take the place.
Then
We
find
got
somebody to take my
we got
place.
to go on and do it.
Then go on and do it and find somebody to take my
Hey,
place.
but back, let's keep focused. Stay focused.
Are we in agreement?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's 4 of us.
Town will change, it will change, looks like.
Right.
Okay, we got 2 nays and 4 yeas.
Oh, we're not.
We're not voting, but we can take,
I mean, I'm
we
good.
can take a poll on it.
Negotiate.
The poll counts.
Actually, polls don't count because they change from week to week.
Well, this one is fine according to DML.
These changes were similar to the ones I did, so I'm.
All right, so are we finished?
You can't conduct business without the clerk.
No.
And the town of
Okay.
Jarratt no longer has that, so.
And it is 8:16 and we are done.
Mhm.